We have no idea. I can confirm one. That would be the driver behind the wheel right now. California Highway Patrol, they do have a helicopter above it. They are making the calls for a lot of the ground units down there. Now, the CHP that we see behind there, you got that one vehicle right there, and then you have several others backing it up. Now, this is going through several different divisions of the California Highway Patrol, so we might see them drop out, other ones coming in to join that chase. And again, other officers from the California Highway Patrol, and I would even venture to say other law enforcement, as we're making our way through different cities, they're going to be kind of getting that heads up as well. They'll probably be close by. Nobody's going to jump in on that pursuit unless they're allowed. But you can see that truck now starting to pick up a little bit of speed up here as we continue westbound on the 91 freeway. Garden Grove area is where we are right now. But again, that is a very heavy vehicle. Hopefully the person that's behind the wheel has an idea or knowledge on how to drive a truck like that. You know, this, again, I got to say it, this is not your typical just put it in drive, and they're calling this stolen. So you got to wonder what kind of circumstances are behind it. You can see we're making our way onto another freeway right there. California Highway Patrol pit maneuver, definitely not going to be in the cards for them this afternoon or this morning while this chase continues. Well, you know, we look at the math on the tech that we have here in Skyfox, and if it's jumping like crazy numbers, it might have been going 90 at one time, but you can see it right there, 55, 60 miles an hour. That's basically what they're supposed to be doing, and it looks like we're just taking that transition, and I'm going to get an eye on where we are. Looks like we're staying on the 91, or that looks like we were dumping south there. So it looks like we're going to be on the 5 freeway right now as we're making our way away from the 91. If we're going to be going northbound, we're going to be going northbound on the 5. So we're going to be getting out of that Orange County area. A lot of traffic definitely is what we were talking about earlier this morning. We were kind of shocked at how much traffic there was this morning. But again, it seems like whenever there's a chase like this, they always get lucky. They got that pursuit luck. A lot of folks not in their way, and that's good for a lot of those drivers out there this morning. Again, this big rig stolen, and California Highway Patrol now tasked with how they're going to bring this to an end safely. Oh, excellent. Well, California Highway Patrol definitely keeping an eye on it. You can see at least one vehicle right there. I'm sure there are more. There's 3 in our shot. But again, the deal is that they are talking to their other divisions out there, and they are going to keep an eye on it. And again, what can they do? Well, right now, keeping the public safe, that's going to be the number one priority. That is the law enforcement's general number one priority. But when there's a chase like this, what can they do? Well, lights and sirens give people heads up. Something is coming their way. Again, this big rig driving, let's just say, relatively safely. We see the speeds about what they should be out there. Haven't seen any maneuvers, as it would be, hard turns or anything like that. So whoever's behind the wheel, I'm guessing, has some concern or is thinking about maybe what is going on or what's happening around him. Again, stolen. That's the tough one on this. How do you steal a big rig like that? Well, we're going to find out maybe when this comes to an end. Looks like we're going to be getting off the freeway out here. California Highway Patrol definitely going to stay with it, even though we are not going to be on the freeways. I would venture to say that any of these California Highway Patrol, they're not just going to hand it off to whatever local agency or say, hey, not on the freeway, we're off of it. Right now, though, making that turn, you can see it right there, Artesia Boulevard. It's going to get busy out here, and again, staying in the Santa Ana area. But again, California Highway Patrol tasked with the safety of the public and how to bring this thing to an end safely. Definitely a big concern, and I'm venturing to say that this driver has some ability with a truck like this. We just saw him get off the freeway, and again, if he was not a driver of a big rig, I would venture to say we would have seen it stall, maybe the cab buck around or anything like that, but he continues to keep driving right there. Slower speeds for sure, 21 miles an hour, and that is not wrong. California Highway Patrol right behind it. There's the California Highway Patrol helicopter, just went through the shot as well, giving them a shout out. Those guys are marvelous, and they're always helping us out here in Skyfox. Right now, though, they're focused on that driver, that person behind the wheel of this big rig cab, now making their way on Artesia Boulevard, heading southbound out here in the Garden Grove area. How they're going to bring this thing to a stop, that's the big concern. And again, stopping, that's something that I was wondering about as well. There was one shot right there. I was wondering if he just did a rolling stop through that stop sign, now taking the center divider. Looks like this driver has a destination. Let's see if it's close by and then what happens then. Definitely driver's side window down. Let's just say a large fellow behind the wheel right there. And this is a very industrial area that we're right in right now. That was what I was trying to show right there. Let me play around with the camera. We're not going to lose it. You can see very industrial out here. Not a lot of just regular vehicles on the roadway. That truck really kind of slowing down. It's going about 20 miles an hour, 15 miles an hour. And here comes a stop sign. Again, if he doesn't stop for that stop sign, that's not just another infraction. It isn't somebody's sitting down there running a tally. The big one is what they're going to go after. This is a stolen vehicle and that driver evading. Again, you just got to kind of wonder, what is the thought behind this driver? It looks like we're going into a homeless area right here. That truck coming to a complete stop. Want somebody out with their cell phone. You always see things like that. I'm wondering if that driver's just going to jump out or if he's saying hello. But that big rig coming to a stop now out here in the Garden Grove area, Buena Park. And again, California Highway Patrol, they're not having any fun with this. They're very serious this morning. And again, they want to get all these folks out of the way before they start giving commands to that driver behind the wheel. It could be a possibility, but just the fact that there were so many folks out there with their cell phones ready to intercept that vehicle when it pulled up makes you think that there was some communication by the driver saying, hey, I'm coming to this location. Right now, that truck definitely stopped. And again, I don't think it was because the truck is disabled. The driver stopped it. So is this the final destination for that vehicle? We'll find out here shortly. California Highway Patrol, you can see they've got their weapons out. And again, there's a very limited things that they can do right now. They might be able to get some spike strips maybe in front of that big rig, but again, that driver most likely seeing it. Oh, there's the door is open, so it does seem like that driver is complying. Hopefully this will be coming to an end shortly. There you go. It almost looks like he's done this before, getting out of that truck very casually, got his hands above his head. And again, California Highway Patrol going to be doing the rules there. Basically kind of like lift your shirt up, empty your pockets out. We want to make sure you don't have anything that is a weapon on you. Again, though, you got to kind of wonder, though, if this is a licensed driver for a big rig, an infraction like that, you're going to lose your commercial license. So you got to wonder what was going on here. Maybe it was just a crime of opportunity. Again, though, safely coming to an end. No injuries to any folks on the roadway. And as it stands right now, that suspect not in custody, but I would venture to say he will be all right as well. California Highway Patrol still kind of planning on how they're going to take him into custody. And again, got to make sure there is nobody else inside that cab. There you go. Going into custody right there. Officers from California Highway Patrol taking that driver of that stolen big rig into custody right now. Again, the other officers still weapons out. They've just got to make sure that there is nobody else in that cab. Yep, there are a lot of windows, but there are hiding places as well. There might be somebody in there. I'd venture to say no, but of course, law enforcement is always going to err on the side of caution. Here we go. They're going to get a good look inside there. There you go. And I'm waiting for that visual code 4. Maybe not. Looks like he's actually making his way inside the truck just to double check. And there you go, code 4. And this is over. And one in custody. No injuries to anybody involved. Sorry, I wanted to get the shot of the helicopter hovering. I didn't see it, man. I'm just outside the frame. Oh well.